Panel, Susan Van Dolsen, David Braun, Jeanette Rice, and Frank Patterson.
And who's the four after that?
Okay, now you're jumping ahead of me now. No, whatever.
Shall I just start?
Yes.
Okay.
If they ask you to start them all, we can hear.
Okay, is that on?
Yes.
All right. My name is Jeanette Rice. I live in the Hill Towns outside of Albany, and I'm one of the 250 health professionals that signed the letter requesting a health impact assessment. I'm also serving on our town's hydrofracking moratorium committee, but I'm here as a concerned citizen and a grandmother because I really love our state and I'm concerned for the future. A lot of points in my report have already been covered, so I'll kind of skip around and try and cover some things that I haven't heard. I've read the American Oil and Gas reporter, Kevin Fisher's report that some of you may have seen saying, no problem with fracking because we have a lot of impermeable layers of rock between the aquifers and the fracking. And the study released in February by the Energy Institute at the University of Texas at Austin says that there's no evidence that groundwater is contaminated from fracking 2 when it's done at normal depths. However, there's a little footnote in the study, if you read on, that said, well, in some cases, like in Pavilion, Wyoming, there seems to be a problem, but they're fracking at untypical depths, such as 2,000 to 3,000 feet. The report ends with statements, gaps remain in understanding, especially in cumulative and long-term impacts, and we're hobbled by the lack of baseline information. Now that right there is a significant argument against fracking. So not a good result there. So I started to question, well, what are the drilling depths in New York State? Looking at figure 4.8 from the S-Guys, there's a map with the 29 counties that overlie the Marcellus Shale fairway. 27 of those counties have drilling depths that would be 3,000 feet or less. I thought that was an interesting point. And I heard some information about conduits today. Fractures and so forth. We also have karst topography that serves as another conduit for contaminants. There's a Petroleum Technology Transfer Council manual for independent oil and gas operators that outlines the risks. That information is in there, so I don't want to take up my speaking time in there. And there's information that if New York State does frack, our Marcellus gas will make up less than 1% of all the U.S. energy needs. So our citizens are supposed to risk it all for that? It's just unconscionably wrong. It's not good. I happened to run into Governor Cuomo last week in the hall on the second floor. And
Well, speak up. I want to hear this one.
I wasn't going to tell this, but oh well, here I am. And he asked me what I was in the Capitol building to talk about, and I said, well, hydraulic fracturing. And he said, and what do you think? And I said, I really don't think New York State is a match with hydraulic fracturing. And I really loved what you said in the State of the State address about developing our hydroelectric energy. We know what he didn't say. And we could be leaders, we could be national leaders in the development of renewable resources. We could be national leaders as the agriculture state, the tourism state. We have a wonderful opportunity here. You know, in history, we switched from sea oil to land oil. There was a change in the economy. There was a change in lifestyle. Now we can switch from land oil to renewables. What a wonderful opportunity. You want to know what he said?
I'm dying to hear what he said.
Well, the DEC has a report coming out in a few months. So I have a lot of information in my report, and I thank you so much for your leadership, and I'll yield to you.